Hello and welcome to Climbing Daily. Now, climbing outdoor gear can be expensive and sometimes it's hard to know where your money goes. Luckily, we're in touch with some experts in the industry, so we spoke to JJ Ma, a climber and Arc'teryx product designer, to find out how they design and craft the gear that you guys buy. Now, as you can see, we are in a forest by a crag, which we're not climbing at the moment because it's a little bit soggy, but this is JJ. Now, this is all part of the Arc'teryx Alpine Academy, and JJ, last year you were on the wall in the village doing these huge dynos.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, pro climber, all good. But it turns out you actually helped develop the Arc'teryx range of clothes and the product testing.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about you. Who are you and what do you do?
I'm a designer at Arc'teryx at our head office in North Vancouver, Canada. And I've been Arc'teryx for about 2 years now. I work on our Ascent category, so that's our climb collection. So technical apparel systems for alpine climbing, ice climbing, mixed climbing.
And you have a competitive background in climbing. You used to do World Cups.
Yeah, so I've been climbing since I was about 12 and started in the gym and in the competition scene on the youth world circuit for a long time, and then moved on to climbing outside for a while. But recently, since the past couple of years, I started climbing on the World Cup circuit again. Yeah.
Nice. So you're a climber first.
Yeah.
And then you sort of develop these other skills. So how did you get into Arc'teryx? How did that happen, that first step?
Yeah, so climbing was like the main factor that brought me to Arc'teryx. I've always loved climbing. It's been my main passion for a long time. And I actually worked in another career for about 4 years, working in the film industry, and that whole period I'd stopped climbing. So I was looking around and found an industrial design program at Emily Carr, and that was this opportunity to draw my two passions together, design and the outdoors, and so yeah, that's how I landed at Arc'teryx.
So how does it work? Do you walk into the office one day and you're like, guys, I've got this brilliant idea for a jacket, hold up a sort of dodgy sketch and then it gets built? Like, what is the process?
The process, so yeah, it kind of comes from all sides. A lot of time it comes from being out here climbing, and you could start from an idea and a sketch, but we have a pretty unique design process at Arc'teryx. So we have all the equipment we need on our design floor to build and prototype in-house.
Okay.
Yeah,
so you can literally just knock something up and then be like, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, you could be out climbing for a weekend, draw down a sketch, and if we have a new fabric to test, we could be building a prototype within 3 days and then test it that weekend, which is pretty cool because our backyard is like Squamish is 45 minutes away.
Yeah.
We have Whistler super close. We've got backcountry, so I've got all the testing playgrounds we need.
That's all. I think I built like a bit of sleeve beer pocket.
Yeah.
You see, we'll talk about ideas.
Yeah.
I've got a few coming up. So once you've got your prototype, you then go and climb on it, and you find sort of the good and the bad bits about the products.
So we do a lot of testing either through ourselves with the designers or through our whole team of athletes. Pro athletes as well as professional guides, and they'll take it out, beat it up, bring it back, and we'll sit down with them and try to figure out what was working, what wasn't, and move forward from that.
And then you just create a series of prototypes, like each one tweaking the design.
Yeah, so the design team will work with our pattern team and our design developers and product developers to kind of work through the iterations to get it to the perfect product we need to be before sending out to mass.
And how long does that take, from that initial idea, generally, until you've got something that could be bought? How long is that process?
Generally, it's about a year, I want to say, yeah, about a year.
So not too long. And is it rewarding to see your crazy idea become a garment at the end of the day? What's that like?
It's pretty cool. Like, well, we're always working 2 years in advance, so nothing I've worked on yet is out, but yeah, it's a cool process.
And in terms of materials, because Arc'teryx work with Gore-Tex, so a lot of the high-end jackets are Gore-Tex. Is that restrictive in the way, knowing you have to have that, or is it a good enough material to be able to create exciting products? No,
I think Gore-Tex is like a great partner that we've worked with for a long time, and they build some of the best materials, waterproof membranes out there for sure. So I think it's a great partnership, yeah.
Okay, and you mainly work on the climbing side of things. So what's that range actually called within the Arc'teryx bubble?
Yeah, so within the bubble, it's called the Ascent category.
Okay.
So it's all climb-focused technical layering systems. So Gore-Tex shells from our like Alpha SV jacket to insulation, usually within Ascent it's synthetic insulation. And soft shell products.
So just assessing what you do and then
the
appropriate. That's
exactly.
fair enough. Now, I've got quite a few friends who like I climb a lot,
Yeah.
and I've got ideas for things that could be amazing products, I think.
Yeah.
If you ever wanted to go down a similar kind of route to you, presumably you need to be really good, well, it helps to be a climber.
Yeah.
And then your industrial design background.
Yeah.
And then do you just get like designing, do you just get planning it?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just like making things. I think first and foremost, everyone at Arc'teryx are like craftspeople and very passionate about their sports. And everyone truly just wants to make better gear. So it's cool. I think that's what drives the design process. Everyone really just wants better gear.
And then how much do you, like once this stuff's out there and it's in the market, how much like product feedback do you get from customers? Do you ever go, you know what, that wasn't necessarily the right thing, and then change it later on? Does that ever happen?
Yeah, well, we look through a bunch of different channels for feedback. So either through customer feedback and then through our warranties team, we'll see what's coming back and what was breaking over time and how to improve from that. And then we'll also go through our athletes and guides for product feedback.
That was kind of my last question really, is the athlete side of it. Because obviously you are an athlete and you give it. Do you just give all this stuff to the athletes and you're like, all right guys, go nuts. Like test it, try it, break it, and then come back to us?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Yeah, so for example, fall 20, we'll be looking at new materials and building wear tests. So we'll put them into a jacket or a garment, and sometimes we'll do a 50-50, so do a jacket that's one half material and the other half material that we want to test, send it out into the field, and then bring it back a year later and see how they held up.
Really? So
yeah.
like, I've just got this image of a climber walking into your office just like soggy one side and like totally
Oh, it's funny
in.
because like we'll have these totally just hideous colors combined together, and there's one like pink and green, and like everyone's like wear testing that jacket. Yeah.
I had no idea that's how it works.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you do the same with trousers? Like one leg and one leg?
Yeah, often we'll do them in pants because they get more wear, I guess, from staying on.
This is like a holy bum on one side and not the other. That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, it's nice to hear that amount of effort goes into it, because I mean, Arc'teryx is expensive kit, and there's no point jumping around that. It's you can get a lot cheaper clothes.
Yeah.
But I've never really had a jacket apart from the one that I burned break on me.
Yeah.
That's another story. I won't talk about that now. But it does seem to last, and I guess that's kind of what you pay for a little bit.
Yeah, I think at Arc'teryx we place a premium on building gear that lasts, and we spend a lot of time developing our materials. So they're all developed with the end use in mind, but in a sense, all of our materials are developed to withstand like harsh abrasion on rocks and tear abrasion. But yeah, so you're paying for a product that will last. Yeah.
That's fair enough. Cool. Well, JJ, I hope I see you on the World Cup circuit at some point in a Gore-Tex full jacket.
Yeah.
Hopefully half and half actually, and I can look at it and be like, oh yeah, he's testing that.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool. JJ, thank you very much.
Cool, thanks.
See you guys soon.
Thanks for that. Now you guys know that Arc'teryx sponsor Climbing Daily, and that's why we have access to this insider information. So thank you JJ for spending some time with us. That's it for today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.